All right, what is up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Sophia, the Diva, and we are in the house right now to talk about that little show, or not so little show, on Starz Network, Power. What is this, season 5, episode 3? We're going to be talking about, are we all on the same team? And from the looks of it, it looks like it, but not really, because I think that Dre really is struggling with structuring his organization. Part of the problem is that he started trying to walk before he actually crawled. He feels like he got all that he needed from Ghost in learning how to run a drug cartel and be a distributor. But the truth of the matter is he get innocent folk murdered, trying to protect his boys. Kanan is... I don't know what Kanan is seeking on the low. We all know it's probably vengeance, because Tommy and Ghost got him locked up for life. Tommy is now afraid that his father is getting out of prison and he's not sure how to take it. I watched the end of, what was it? I guess the little recap Inside Powers episode, and Courtney Kemp was saying we didn't want Tommy and the writers didn't want Tommy to be totally ignorant and not be suspicious of the fact that maybe his father was some sort of snitch, because how you gonna go from having a life sentence to all of a sudden getting out and having your sentence commuted? Like, where they do that at? Like, how they do that there? Anyway, I don't know about all of that, but let's get into this episode. I don't know if anybody's out there watching. I can't tell because sometimes y'all be undercover. I lie under the covers. I'm an undercover liar. I lie under the covers. Really, 50. So last week we left off where Ghost murdered I guess now he's going to be vigilante. He can't avenge his daughter's death right now, so he's just going to go out and help out the grief-stricken parents who lost their child to a drunk driver. I just hope, because my whole thing is with the optics and the commentary and the things that the father has been saying about how he wants to kill the dude that killed his son, it makes you think that, well, the cops are going to look at him like... Y'all ever seen that Jodie Foster movie? What was it called? Brave or something? It was her and Terrence Howard, and her boyfriend and her were assaulted, and she became a vigilante, like she was out killing folk. And so that's what I see Ghost doing right now. He's out here trying to avenge folk, and I guess he think he Batman or somebody. I don't know. He Black Panther. I don't know. But the optics don't look good for the father. It's morning in the St. Patrick home. A detective comes by because he's got some additional information regarding Raina's murder. And Tariq, I guess, gave some sort of statement because, again, the disclaimer is this: I stopped watching Power last season and had no intent of watching it because... Hey, Tammy, how are you? Thanks for joining, girl. I called you, but I'm not sure if I had this right number, but I called you a couple of weeks ago. Thank you, lady. I know, girl. I'm giving y'all Storm, X-Men, something. I don't know what I'm doing. But either way, Tariq lying ass, I don't know how his parents look at him sometimes. Because did you run out the house when your sister was murdered, or did you run in? What's going on? The detective wants to know. So you can tell that the way that Ghost and Tasha are reacting to the detective trying to interview Tariq kind of would make me as a detective be suspicious of them. I don't know. Anybody else feel like that? I don't know, but either way, Tariq needs to just go ahead and tell the truth. Tell the truth. I mean, and as a parent, what do you do when you know that one of your wayward children, because of their acts, caused the death of one of your other children? Like, how do you feel? When Ghost leaves, all right, sorry about that, y'all. I got a phone call, and I'm not sure how to set up my live feed to keep it from being interrupted, because I only got my iPhone. I don't have an iPad, and my Kindle, it always comes up dark when I'm doing these. Okay, so I can't remember. Oh, Tommy and Kanan and Ghost all meet up, And that's when Tommy's like, can your ass stay off TV? And I'm like, it's not Ghost's fault. That damn slicker than your average snake oil salesman Rashad Tate up here ambushing them with these damn television appearances. And it's because of that's how the hotline got a tip about Tariq being seen leaving the building at the time Raina was murdered. We also learned, I think that the detective was talking to Brenda Rodriguez, that sergeant. Someone was clear to correct me on Twitter. She is not a detective. She is a sergeant. Hell, I don't care if she wearing a damn suit. Detective, sergeant, I don't care. But either way, we learned that some kind of way there was a connection between Ray being up at the school looking for Tariq and spoke with Raina. And, you know, Tariq wasn't there at the time. Kind of crazy. I don't know what really all was going on, but okay. Basically, Angela Valdez has now met her antagonist, okay? Brenda Rodriguez is she's what Angie used to be, is what I see it as. Always looking to do the right thing. Maybe Ghost can put something on Brenda Rodriguez like he did Angela, have her out here committing crimes and risking law licenses. I don't know, because we seen Ghost stroke value, and it's it's very appeasing. Kanan is sharing what he knows about Dre's organization, the fact that he's been following them around, and then Ghost and Tommy are like, what's up with that? And he was like, don't worry about it, dude, I'm sharing with the class. We in school right now. Tommy and Ghost go have a side conversation, which Kanan is ear hustling, because he wants in on this whole distribution deal, because his whole thing is, we're going to take out Dre. I'm going to take over Dre's distribution. We're going to take out so-and-so, and then I'm going to take over. Ultimately, I think what's going to happen is Kanan is going to try to take out Tommy and Ghost, because he probably will never forget the dirt that they did to him. Needless to say, he does approach Tommy about, getting in on the deal, but Tommy's like, yeah, we family, we cool or whatever, but you gonna have to pay cash. Plus, at this point, Tommy is cash strapped too, because now he gotta pay, have his stuff laundered through the club again. Angela is in class as well with her, what are they called? I'm just gonna call them the federal prosecutors, because I think it's ASU, ACU, hell, I don't know. They talking about Diego, okay? Diego is scum, because we learned, remember in that one scene, I think it was last season, something happened and the sister was carrying a baby. And come to find out, they done stole this baby from another crime scene. I was like, damn, I heard of people snatching cars to commit crimes. But damn, you stealing babies too, Diego? He has no, like, who were your parents? Like, what happened to you in childhood to make you so corrupt and do things like this? Like, God. And then you gay too and don't want to admit it. Francis and Spanky are feeling some type of way about Dre when they meet up with the cartel, because Diego's there. Some dude named Arturo is going to take the fall for having murdered the Toro that was doing dirt, okay? So Spanky and Francis like, but that was our handiwork. Why is he not sharing with Diego that it was us? Protect y'all, because Cristobal basically told him y'all need to be taken out, laid out to pasture. So count your lucky stars, you still get to live and breathe another day. Fancy is here, Garcelle Bovas. How's she pronounce her name? Garcelle Bovas. Anyways, Rashad Tate and Ghost have a meeting with her because they want her to be an investor in this housing development that Ghost is interested in, but they need investors. She's not here for it. She doesn't want to buy into it. Rashad Tate checks Ghost and tells him that, what are you talking about, retail and all this? We're talking about houses. And I'm like, y'all need to get on the same page. So Rashad told him, honestly, I think you need to take a back seat to me. And I was like, nobody puts James St. Patrick in a corner. Okay. Cooper Sachs and John Marks, they go to see Tommy's daddy because, this is their key, they believe. Now, Teresi, has never ratted on anyone. That's why he's doing a life sentence, right? But at the same time, he had his lawyer file for a commutation of his sentence, and he tells them, well, it's about time y'all came. It's sad I really had to file this commutation to get you guys to show up. And they were like, well, what about your son and all of this? And he's like, oh yeah, who cares about him? Basically, you know, I'm just trying to set myself up, because they want to know what he knows about his son's organization. He basically tells them, I know a little something, something, basically, you know, just a little something, something. So I'm just like, so is he going to, you know, betray Tommy, or what's going to happen there? I really don't know. Somebody said Teresa's probably playing both sides to get the best outcome. And since he's not a snitch and he's Italian and he lives by the mob code, would he really betray his own son? I don't know. What is this, Macbeth, Hamlet? Somebody got betrayed by their dad or the son? I don't know. Angela ends up having to talk to Brenda Rodriguez, and Brenda is telling her all this information that she knows because it was discovered through the detective that's investigating Raina's death that Angela had also been up to Raina and Tariq's school. And she's like, what is that all about? And she's like, it's all part of my federal investigation. So essentially what ends up happening, she tells her, girl, there's the door. Don't let it hit you where the good Lord split you. Now get out. Meanwhile, what I'm going to do is, for you, Miss Brenda, I'm going to help you sleep at night or take some of this workload off your desk. She done got, what's his name? The black FBI agent. Why can't I think of his name? Oh, either way, she gets him and lets him know that we need to stop her from doing this investigation because she's interfering with our ability to get Diego. And so they go file a federal warrant and basically take all her work off her desk. Why, that cheeky bastard. Meanwhile, down to the church, Tasha is in the grief counseling group, and that's when they find out, or that's when she finds out, fuck, Ghost is back out killing folk again. His modus operandi is all over this. Okay, that's his total MO. She knew it had to be him. And the father said exactly what I feared, that the police are looking at him. So in some ways, you know, justice for all, even if it is vigilante style. Let's just be real about that. Kanan is getting Francis to sing like a caged bird, which is thus why Cristobal ended up getting hit by Kanan when he told him, break yourself, fool. He got all this money, so they take a hit. And that's when Cristobal becomes Dre's number 2, and this other dude is like, I ain't got an answer to him. I'm like, well, dude, if you want to get drugs and get this money, you gonna fuck with me and get this money, you gonna do what I tell you to do. Because you can either stay or go, is basically how Dre was trying to come off as hard. It's really hard for me to take Dre legit serious because I'm like, you really don't know what you're doing. You just flying by the seat of your pants, honestly, bruh. So, either way, we'll see how all this plays out. But honestly, I think this season, Rotimi, this might be your last season. So you might have to do the sexy butter love Nigerian. What does he call him? Butterscotch? Hello, all you fine ladies. I am here to take it up. It's so wonderful. Y'all gotta go to this Instagram. The shit is hilarious. Y'all, I love when Rotimi does that. Tasha is upset with Ghost. She confronts him about the fact that she knows that he killed that dude. And she's like, if you really want to kill somebody, why don't you kill Kanan? She feels as though Kanan is the reason why Raina is dead. But let's just be real, y'all. Whose fault is it really? And I think that Tasha in this episode got a lot of real truths. Number one, we learned that Kanan had to school her. Keisha had to school her. And I just want to talk about that real quick because she goes to try to find Tommy and talk to him, and Kanan happens to walk up and she's like, what the hell? And he confronts her and he was like, you still fine, you still this. And she was like, if it wasn't for you, my daughter would still be alive or whatever. And he's like, actually, y'all brought your children into this life. Yeah, they were born into it. So don't be blaming me when it was already y'all. And on top of that, let's just be real. And this is how Angela ended up getting James anyway. Simply because you were incorrigible. You wanted that life. You didn't want to get out the dope game. You thought your husband was being stuck on stupid. No, he realizes I'm a grown ass man with grown ass responsibilities. It's time to stop playing in these streets and go legit. I don't want to be a dope dealer anymore. I don't want to be a big time distributor. We have children to think about. So in some respects, Tasha, it's kind of your own undoing. Keisha's right. You've been lying to these kids your whole life, and they don't even really know who you are either. So it's not just ghosts, it's both of y'all. And that's when Tasha ends up realizing, oh shit, I fucked up. Now, somebody said something interesting, because like Tasha really truly hates Kanan. And somebody was like, well, maybe he raped her, and maybe those kids really aren't ghosts. Maybe the twins are really Kanan's kids. I was like, no, they look nothing like that fool. Although Tariq kind of got features like him. No, let me refresh myself. Tommy now knows that his daddy is getting out. He feels some type of way, so he goes to see Keisha. And both of them have these feelings towards each other. Keisha's is that of resentment in her, and Tommy is that of, I know I fucked up and I want you back. But she's like, I got somebody coming over, so speak. And that's when he shares with her about how messed up it is that his father is getting out and he don't know if he can trust it. Keisha basically was like, we can never go there. He gonna try to push up on her. And she's like, yeah, just get out, get gone. But she does tell him, you know, just go with it with your father for now, and just, you know, if something don't feel right, get out of it. Basically, Keisha was like, the door is closed. The door is closed. Also, last week, I didn't touch on this, but Kanan was getting under James's skin too, because remember, he was like, yeah, that's all well and good, but you know, Tariq really is, he's better at you at this game than you were at his age. And I'm like, Kanan's so messy. He's just like a damn, he's Ashley from Real Housewives of Potomac, basically. Just love to keep digging and digging until you get a reaction. Tasha running her mouth to Tommy about the goings on with ghosts. I mean, I know y'all all family or whatever, but I'm just like, at the same time, there's no honor amongst thieves. Why would you tell Tommy that Ghost is running around killing folk? If he wanted him to know, he would have told Tommy. So my thing is, then you wonder why Ghost leave your ass. I really don't know what all the goings on was, but there were 3 Torors that were taken out and murdered by, I forgot what the dude's name is, but either way, we witnessed 3 murders of in Dre's organization for their loyalty to the Toror that was murdered. Then Diego confronts Dre about his sister and basically tells him that you better not be trying to get with my sister. I'll kill you. I'll fuck you up. So I'm like, okay. Angela is at the office. She runs into some new dude. I really didn't get the whole storyline. I don't know who he really is. Comment down below, because I kind of check out sometimes on Angela's part. But I will say this, Angela is doing a good job of putting together some stuff to keep her career going, because they figured out that Diego's business partner, or someone that seems like she's part of her organization, is actually his sister. What is it? Hermanos is plural for siblings. So that's how they figured it out. I'm like, girl, you've been speaking Spanish your whole life and you just now figured that out. But okay. I already said Kanan robbed Cristobal for the upfront money. James Patrick is trying to make it right with Fancy. I think her name is Linda on the show, Garcelle Bovas. And honey, she took her wedding ring off and she wanted to get her some of that good young tail. Okay. But however, even though his stroke value is tremendous, it wasn't enough to woo her, because Rashad was like, one of the things she complained about was your lack of professionalism, James. So basically, You gave Lady Eloise what she wanted. Okay, Marcus? Okay, Marcus, I have no panties on. That's what I thought about when I saw that scene. I was like, basically, Tommy's mama is the comedic relief in all of this. She told me, oh my God, Tommy, I'm so sorry about Rhonda. Oh my God, James must just be devastated. And he was like, Raina, mama, her funeral was a couple of weeks ago. Like, where the hell you been? Shoot, on a coke withdrawal. So of course she coming back to see her son to see if he can't hook her up with some more drugs. Okay, because I was like, who the hell is Rhonda? Holly? You still talking about Holly? She been dead, honey. She's somewhere in the Hudson River being fish food. Agent Donovan, that's who it is. That's the black FBI agent. Also, I was saying that Linda might have played Ghost, but at least she got something out of it. He gave her something she could feel. Ghost and Tommy had a conversation right before Kanan came in the door about the money. And basically Ghost was like, fine, I'll wash your money because I'm cash flow strapped too. But don't be doing deals with Ghost. But Tommy like, fuck it, I'll take his money too. Tommy goes to pick up his dad despite his reservations once he gets out of prison. I say, let the game of chess begin between Tommy and Teresi. When Tasha dropped off Tariq talking about, well, here we are, this is Cho. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna move him into the dorm room? Ain't this a boarding school? Like, you just gonna drop him off? Or maybe they had already set up his room or something, but somebody said, hell, it's not like she been motherly throughout this whole season to begin with. Hey, Helena! You know, it's not like she's been motherly to begin with. Basically, this whole production, she just hasn't. And I guess, because I was like, what parent just drops their kid off at a damn boarding school and not, you know, decorate the room, make sure he gets settled in, meet the roommate, meet the dorm person, something. But I guess maybe that already had happened. But okay. And basically she tells him, you know, we've been in this life for a minute. My thing is, Tasha, you need to get out of the life. I also found it interesting in this episode how Tasha and Angela, of all people, are bosom buddies now. Like, we all in this together because we all implicated, I guess. Yeah, girl, I don't know why Ghost wasn't there. That's why I'm wondering if maybe this is something they put on the cutting room floor. Maybe they had already set up Tariq or whatever. But I was just like, I don't understand what happened. But okay. But I think that's all I've got. Helena, do you have anything that you would like to comment on specifically about this week's episode? Because otherwise I'm going to get off of here. And I need to do Real Housewives of Potomac because I ain't done that in a long time. I'm 3 episodes behind. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to recap the first 2 that I missed with the last one. It'll just be kind of a longer video, or I may just do the last one and the one before that together and then this last one together. But I didn't mean to miss. I've just been busy. And honestly, I'm trying to help. I'm doing volunteer work, so that keeps me pretty busy. So trying to help my sorority sister with her business down there out of Atlanta while I try to figure out what my next move is for my life here in LA. So either way, there's some announcements coming soon about that, by the way, too. Helena, anything? You got anything? Otherwise, y'all know what time it is. This is a bit... Okay, girl, other than Ghost gave Fancy the eggplant. I'm sure you covered that. Girl, I was like, But you know what? Somebody, my friend and I that were watching it, he was like, I never thought Fancy would get naked. And I was like, she kind of really didn't get naked. Because if you notice, she left her bra on. And I'm sure she negotiated that deal like, I got kids. I'm not trying to be all out here exposed. So yeah, y'all can, you know, kind of shoot it from the bottom down and show off my fabulous abs. Okay. But I'm not showing you no today. No breast assist today. So I thought that was in it, but that was very animalistic. And I was like, oh, yes, yes. I'm telling you, Omari Hardwick looks just like one of my exes. And that's why sometimes I be looking at him like, I want Omari Hardwick. Real quick before I go, let me see if I can find this tweet, because I retweeted this and I was just like, somebody posted, you know, we have some very woke people that watch these shows, and so I was just like, okay girl, but I didn't think it was that serious. So there's a chick named Dahlia Blank, and I really want to incorporate this into my discussion. She says, Ghost is so disrespectful, dismissive, blind towards his wife, and even looks down on her, but indulges his ex-mistress who tried to lock him up. Why betray your wife by not connecting with her in y'all time of need, but crying on a whole voicemail? She said, I'm tired of black writers and black actors reinforcing negative stereotypes of black men, black women, and black love. Essentially, they continue to treat Tasha as if she isn't worthy of shit. This narrative of the black woman. This show is made more clear when they showed a Latino man having sex with a light-skinned woman as a bed wench and a dark-skinned woman on her knees behind him. This is a subliminal message saying black women are only good enough for sexual gratification. The darker they are means they can literally eat ass on their knees. I feel as though sis is a little bit too deep in this, but okay. Somebody said probably because there's no connection, they are just married on paper. He did his thing and she's doing her. He's grieving, so he reached out to his first love who has an emotional connection with him. But other people got on there, and just like I've been saying about Tasha, Tasha is the reason why her marriage failed. Tasha is the reason